Fuck me. Fuck me, Ace. We have like 3 viewers already. What the fuck?
Is it all Ricky?
I don't know. I don't know. It better not all be Ricky. I swear to God. Oh, dude, I'm having major problems with streaming Overwatch 2 lately. I have
Why's that?
I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work here lately. What? I got an what? I got an endorsement reward. Wait, I got a battle pass. Oh, dude, I got a new nameplate unlocked. Let's go. Customize name cards. Fuck yeah! I got Mitzi and friends. Oh, look at that, Ace. Look, oh, damn. Oh, you're not even in the game. Oh, oh, the Ace. Are you online, Ace?
Yeah, I just went around.
There you go. Look at my new name card, Ace. I got pause. I got pause, bro. I got pause, bro.
Nice, nice. I hadn't unlocked anything yet.
It's all in the battle pass.
Watch your
Yeah, I'm only at like level 12 or something like that.
It's all connected.
Let me pull up your stream real quick. Give you a viewer.
Oh, thank you, Ace. You're so nice. Ooh. Thank God this battle pass isn't like the last like few. It's like ooh, what is it? Player icon?
Perhaps we only exist in the memory of a. Watch your step. It's a long way down.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna do that one day. Watch your step. It is a long way down.
The dragon and I are one.
How was work today?
You are
Was
parts,
all right?
and I am whole.
Oh, oh, it was fantastic, dude. Um, I got annoyed earlier. Kind of made an ass of myself in front of like my boss or my new bosses. Um, uh, um. So today I ended up being forced to clean by the managers, and I didn't really accept that too well. Um, because I was trying to learn how to do stuff, and I was watching somebody on one of the other like one of the machines. I was trying to learn it, and one of the guys comes up and he's like, "Hey, I really need you to clean the like all the bays and stuff, like sweep up, do something, act like you're busy." And I said, "Well, like I am busy. I'm in training. Take in mind, I'm in training, so I'm trying to soak up every ounce of knowledge, every like way I could possibly do things that'll make it easier." And I'm like, "Well, I'm trying to learn how to do stuff. I'm just watching him do this so I can learn." He's like, "Well, I know, but you really need to clean," because he was like, at the end of the day at like 5 o'clock, we're all trying to get out of here. And I said, I was like, why is it only me? Like, why can't I learn this? And he's like, well, you really need to clean. So I was like, you know what, fine, whatever. I walked off. I said that to him. I was like, you know what, fine, whatever. I walked off. And then I was like, why the fuck am I cleaning up everybody else's fucking mess? Like, why can't people stop what they're doing during a time where like they don't have any cars? Like, why should it be left up to me? Why am I helping you guys? Like, why am I the only guy helping you guys?
Should be that you got your assigned bay that you're working at. You have to maintain the cleanliness of that bay. It's on you if you're assigned to that bay. At least that's how I would do it if I was a manager.
Exactly. The newbies shouldn't be abused just so you can get off right at 5 o'clock. And then they gave me some like story about how the store manager was down on his hands and knees cleaning one night. Like, hey, they came in. The store manager was in shorts and a tank top, apparently, scrubbing the floor. The store manager was cleaning up the entire shop by himself. And I was like, well, and I didn't really say this out loud, but I was like, maybe he wouldn't have to do that if y'all wouldn't rely on the newbies to clean up the bays. Maybe take some initiative. Maybe.
Yeah.
And
Not only that, but if you're the manager, you need to have each bay assigned to a specific person, right? If you have it staffed correctly, each bay has their team lead that's at that bay that's kind of running the what's going on with the car that's going to be in that bay or what's going on in that bay. And your person that's kind of the senior person in that area needs to maintain cleanliness in their bay. So if you got 4 bays, you got 4 guys who've been working there for a long time. They're kind of the ones that are in charge of what's going on with each vehicle with the other dudes that are there working there, the other 2 or 3 guys that are working in that bay. The guy that's running that bay should be told by the manager, hey, make sure you keep your space clean. And all throughout the day, each of the guys that are in their individual bays are cleaning their spot. So that way, at the end of the day, you don't have to spend 30 minutes cleaning, or an hour or whatever. But that's so I used to be a manager in my last job. I was a supervisor, and then I was a production manager, and then I was a department lead, department head. And one of the reasons why I moved up really quickly is because I was really good at putting the right people in the right job and making sure they did what they had to do efficiently across the entire day. So like, if we had to clean, I wouldn't just screw it off and not clean. I would emphasize cleaning continuously. So that way it's not a big pile of stuff that you got to clean at the end of the day. But anyway, so they tried to bully the new guy and had you cleaning. Then what?
Well, about 7 minutes before the shift ended, the manager that had me clean, hold on. After that, he was like, you know what? Go wash up, do your thing. Make sure that make sure you're washing up. And he said, by the time you're done washing up, it'll be time to go. Yada yada yada. And I was like, all right, cool. Then that kind of works, because I went and apologized for maybe I just overstepped a little bit. Honestly, I did. I went and apologized to him because the guy that was having me clean, he's honestly like one of the cool managers, um, you know, and he wasn't that he's a retired police officer like 20 some odd years, so he's like, you know, he's got structure to himself, so um, he didn't see a problem with what he told me. Obviously, I did because it's just not fair. But at the end of the day, he's just trying to do his job too, right? So he's like, just go clean up. And so I was done washing my hands, and I still had like 2 minutes left. And the main manager had walked out, the one that was like on his hands and knees scrubbing that one morning. And he looked at me and he said, "Well, if you're not going to do any work, then I just need you to clock out and go home. Like just." I can't just pay you to stand around. And I was like,
For
oh,
2 minutes, right?
for 2 minutes. So I did. I clocked out and I went home because I was like, you know what, fuck it, doesn't matter. And didn't really say anything about that. I went across the way, the way that the areas, or the way that the thing is built. So, two of my friends work at the Cefco, right next to the building. Right next to my job. So I can, when I get off of work, what I do is I walk over to the Cefco and I hang out for like an hour. So like today I hung out for an hour with one of my newer friends, and we were talking, having fun, yada yada yada. And then I just leave whenever they leave, pretty much, type of thing. Usually it would sit within probably an hour or 30 minutes when they like after I get off. So I had I go there before work, and then I go there after work, just kind of check in on them. And yeah, the job, the job itself, right? The job itself is not that difficult. The job itself is actually it's pretty simple. All you're doing really all day is literally, all you're doing is either a rotation and balance, or you're putting new tires on. And even then, like, once you get the system down, it's easy. I thought it was going to be overcomplicated, dude. Like, putting weights on tires, like, it's really not that hard. Like, it's fairly simple. It can get difficult though, which is normal. But I don't know, man. I just didn't have as much trouble as I thought I was going to have. I mean, yesterday obviously it was one of those days where it was pretty obvious that my heart was not like really in it. Like my heart rate went up and almost like shot through the roof, pretty much. But
So what all do they do? Is it just tire rotation, putting air in tires, balance, stuff like that, alignments?
yeah, they do everything. They're a tire shop. They do literally anything
They do
and everything.
well. They do like it's just tire and wheel related stuff. The brake changes, I take it probably. Do they
Yeah.
do oil or any of like fluid changes, power steering, brake fluid? Probably brake fluid. I would imagine if they're running brake changes, they'll do brake fluid too. But
Yeah. They run all that, dude.
all of that too.
Yeah. Oh well, actually, no. They don't change oil or anything. They are strictly like a wheel and tire place.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That way.
So like, when they say wheel, does that include the braking system? Since that's attached most of the time to the axle and wheels.
No, just wheel and tire.
Gotcha.
So like if somebody wants new rims, they order them and they put them on.
They do
and put
that.
new tires on. Yeah, it's literally just a tire shop. Is literally all it is.
So, but my point is, the reason I was asking about the fluids in particular is because a lot of times in a car shop, when you're dealing with fluid changes in a high volume, it can get messy. Like I've driven through. One time I was working like 80 hours a week, and I needed to do an oil change because I was driving around a lot too in that 80 hours. So I went I do all that myself, but I didn't have the time. I was working 7 days a week, like 12, 14 hours a day, something like that. Something ridiculous like that. It was about 80 hours a week, 80 to 86 or something like that. It was a lot. And but so I went to a Take Five, and that place was messy. Um, I went to the one that had the best reviews in the area as the people who don't screw it up. But it was messy, because of the fluids, and that's what I was asking when they said clean. I was wondering if they're being messy with their fluids, and they're forcing the new guy to go scrub down all these kinds of different fluids and all that, power steering, brake, oil, all the different car fluids, antifreeze, whatever, radiator fluid, whatever they might be having all over the ground. It's really kind of
Murphy, down.
not right. The person that spilled oil should clean the oil, kind of thing. But it's good that they're not doing that. So at least you don't have to deal with cleaning fluids. Because when I was working at my last job, it was a beverage production plant. Uh, that's what it was. That's where we worked. It was, I don't know, you might have seen it in the store before. It's called Big Easy Bucha, Bucha. It's a kombucha drink, probiotic fermented tea. I worked there. I was into New Orleans. I worked there for almost 3 years, and they had, because it was beverage plant, we had liquids all the time. Cleaning liquids was a hassle because the drink itself being a tea, and it was tea it's sticky whenever you spill it. They also added fruit juices and other things like that to flavor it. So it's not just a sour fermented tea that you're drinking. This, strawberries or dragon fruit or pineapple, something like that. That's added to it to give you some flavor. Not much, because it's whatever, but they would add it. All of that, the fruit juices, they did some vegetables sometimes too. Turmeric, they did turmeric. That one was always a mess, but they were very sticky. So when we'd have to clean the liquids, we'd have to put chemicals, industrial strength cleaning chemicals, on the concrete to clean the sticky fluids so you don't get fruit flies and everything showing up. And the equipment that they all had, they didn't like buying anything new because they were a small business. They like buying old, rundown, used equipment. And the maintenance guy was an idiot. He was my cousin. Well, my first cousin's son. But he was an idiot. And he did not understand liquid trajectory out of a plug while doing an oil change on a gearbox. He just could not understand the little arc that the liquid makes. So every time he would have to change the fluids out in the big filler machine, like the oils and stuff, he would miss his drop pan and get oil everywhere. And then he'd have to clean it. Oh man. There were some morons who worked there. But then at the same time, they balanced the morons with some really great people that worked really hard and cared about what they were doing. because they had bills to pay, family to take care of, or goals they wanted to aspire to. And this one guy I worked with, uh, he was in love with this girl. He was 2 years older than I was. He was in love with this girl, and she moved to Arizona. He wanted to follow her, but he didn't have the money to move himself. Nobody he knew had the money to support him moving, and she didn't have the money to move over there. He was working in the restaurant industry. He was a chef in a restaurant that got shut down because of COVID. And so when he lost his job because of that, he started looking for something else. And that's when he found us. Dude was great guy, hard worker, became really good friends with him. And he was saving up money. He went and visited the girl several times. They talked daily still. They kept in touch. They kept the long distance thing going. And he was trying to save up about $20,000 to be able to move from New Orleans to Arizona to be with her, and to buy a ring and everything, because he wanted to marry her. And the last I had heard, last I talked to him, he had just saved up enough money, was shopping for rings, and this was probably about, what's today? It's October 22nd. I talked to him in July. He was just getting ready to move. He had put in his 2 weeks notice and was trying to finalize moving all his stuff over there. So it worked out for him. But he was a great guy, great worker, great team lead. I promoted him to supervisor. He didn't take shit from anybody. Everybody respected him. Just all around good worker. But counter to him, there was this other person. She was in her late 30s, but she acted like she was 15. I kid you not. She was one of the most immature people I have ever met. And no matter how much you try and keep things calm, keep things chill, and diplomatically find a solution to issues, she would find some way to get in beef with somebody. It was nuts. And I kept saying I had written her up 7 times for infractions. They had some kind of write-up system where you're supposed to get fired after 3 significant write-ups, trying to get in fight with employees, stealing time, stuff like that. I had written her up 7 times. 3 fights, 4 times going to lunch without clocking out and stealing time. And coming in late and having asking somebody else to clock her in, but the other person came and told me instead. It's like, hey, she's trying to have me clock it in. No, she's not here. That kind of stuff. So I didn't have firing power, even though I was department head at this time. They wouldn't let me fire anybody because they were so desperate for people. So I had to bring it to HR, and the CEO made the decision whether or not to fire somebody. So I brought it to HR. I talked to people about it, did what they asked. Nothing happened. I had a pre-scheduled vacation. I scheduled probably 6 months before that. And I told them and said, look, hey, my vacations that I scheduled coming up. I'll be gone for 2 weeks. you know, I'll have this. You'll be all right. I got my supervisor guy. He's great. Uh, y'all know what you need to do. Everything's pretty much squared away. They were all right. Well, in the 2 weeks that I was gone, something happened with this person that was causing a lot of problems and a lot of heated exchanges. That they fired her while I was on vacation. After I'd been recommending to fire her, after she was written up 3 times, but I had to write her up another 4 times after that. It was, oh man, it was wild.
Seeing a lot of lag.
Careful research is effective research.
Let's see how this ends up going. Have you heard from Pigeon?
No, not yet. Oh shit! Oh wow.
It's gonna be an interesting match.
Yeah. This is interesting.
The medic is dead.
I'm on 2 FPS. Oh shit! Yeah. My frames are suffering, dude.
My ultimate is charging.
Fitting
flux isn't quite ready yet.
Yo.
Protect the payload.
Oh shit! Ah! I'm about to get kicked for inactivity. No!